Right, we're back. It's been a good while. I'd say about 2 months. Uh, just life got ahead. Was away for a while. A couple. I did about 4 shows in 4 different bands in 11 days, which in Australia is a lot. I was travelling and stuff and everything, but no, I thought I'd come back and got some CDs to go through. Got some new shirts and some other stuff. Let's go through it. All right, so we'll go with the shirts first. I think Friday the 29th of August, I want to say, some friends and I went to see the great Australian rock band Rose Tattoo played a bar, and it was really, really fucking good. It's a white shirt. I know us metalheads, white, not so much, but it's fucking Rose Tattoo. It was a great live set. The second time I've seen them, I saw them about 2 years previous. No, maybe three. A few years previous. Same bar. It was just a great show that night. It was a great set that when I saw them again. Then we got to see Sabaton. Sabaton playing in Australia. Their first real headline tour, and picked up a shirt. It's got a fucking emu on it. And it's got the Australian dates at the back. Now these did have dates in New Zealand, but I still haven't found out what the New Zealand shirt has exactly. But you've got the flag, you've got the planes. Sabaton was an incredible set. It was one of the best shows I've seen in a really, really long time. They're so much fun, and it was just a great night. So with that, I also got I guess you could call it the VIP early entry thing, and you get a lanyard. That, it's just simple, I'm just hanging it up around in the collection. And this is really what I want. And you got first choice of the merch, which is always good on a busy Sunday night, but this is what I really wanted. A signed tour poster by them. Tour with Amaranth, Australia and New Zealand. I got to see them on the Fortitude Valley Music Hall, Brisbane, first time there. Very nice venue. I think there was about 2,800 people, which is really fucking big. But no, this is what I wanted. Stupid fucking cough, won't leave me alone. Got that after I came back from this. So this is currently laying on the floor because I don't have any space in the collection. I've got to move some stuff around. Amaranth also played that night. It was my first time seeing them. And I love Amaranth since I was in high school, but I got this lovely blue shirt with the dates on the back. Now that says, if you can read it, the 9th of the 9th. But they never played that day. That would have been the Tuesday when I flew home. Or the Monday. No, the Tuesday. That was the Tuesday. So they fucked up on their thing, but it doesn't matter. I was there. It was a really, really good show. I hope they get to come back again. Would have preferred a little bit more of the first 2 or 3 albums, but they can really get a crowd going, and Amaranth is a fun time. The same with Sabaton. Like, I would have changed the set list, but we're never happy with the set list, are we? But no. So I live in Townsville, and Townsville doesn't get a lot of shows. Well, at least a lot of shows that are interesting. But they announced a random Pig Destroyer show. Fucking Pig Destroyer. Holy shit. So Pig Destroyer was doing Australia and New Zealand, and we were the last Australian show. Played at a bar called The Warehouse. My first time there was really fun. Also one of the most colourful shirts I own. But Pig Destroyer was so fucking good. I'm really late to them, and I'm missing everything they've got. So we'll be getting more Pig Destroyer as time goes by. But they're playing at MDF, playing Prowler in the Yard. Now they did at the very end of the set play some Prowler songs, And once that started through the sound system, so fucking creepy. Especially that Jennifer fucking sample they have. So I'm fucking hoping they play. Well, they just announced the days and the split times for the bands anyway, or the day splits. So I'm hoping that's a soundstage, like fucking 1 a.m. set, because that would be fucking perfect. Just a dark room, and Pig Destroy going ballistic. So yeah, those are the shirts. That's the merch. Haven't really bought a lot of shirts lately. Every time I want to go buy a shirt, I just forget what I want to buy and sit there for 20 minutes and just look at random shit I want to buy and then just kind of add shit to a cart, and 10 minutes later, oh crap, I've got $300. I really don't have I can't afford at the moment, so let's just quietly close out all of those and pretend I wasn't looking. But I have been buying some CDs. No, it's been a while. I think about 2 months. So I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think about 12 or 13. We'll go with the 2025 because there's only 2. Yeah, and then these technically are kind of. All right. So first up, we're going to go with the brand new Sodom, the Arsonist. This album is fucking great. It's so much fun. Sodom has really found this modern fucking presence, and their music is just stupidly catchy and heavy. But they've always been really, really heavy. But they've just found this new breath of life, and they're just on a fucking rampage. I was a really big fan of Genesis 19, the one before that. I can't remember, but they've been. So what's this one? This is called Trigger Discipline, which was the single. Witch Hunter, which is a tribute to the mighty Chris Witch Hunter. Return to God in Parts. It's a fucking banger. It's just a fucking good album. Now, if you know anything about the Sodom camp at the moment, they've kind of taken a bit of a sabbatical. Nobody really knows what's going on. We just know that Tom's taking a break. But it does seem a little odd to drop an album that's this fucking good and could really fucking bring them new places. Australia, maybe. Fucking 20 odd years. But Tom can do whatever the fuck he likes. Sodom is fantastic. If you've ever seen Sodom, those that are lucky, you know it's incredible. I got to see them 2 nights back to back in Maryland. Couple of 2024 for the Maryland Death Fest and the pre-fest, and that pre-fest show I still talk to my friends about all the time because I think it was one of the best fucking club sets I've ever seen. It was brutal, it was raw, it was intense, it was fast, and they played Caligula, which is one of my more favourite modern songs. And weirdly, when we were at that show, Nick and John, who are Thralls of Metal, we met Rob Caggiano, who played with Volbeat and Anthrax, in the crowd. He was really nice. I got to talk to him about when he toured with Volbeat in Australia, the one time they got to play down here, and we were just talking about stuff, but it was really weird. All of a sudden you're like, holy shit, there's Rob from Anthrax. Well, it was Rob from Anthrax, but no, he was really cool. But no, new Sodom. Fucking love Sodom. I'm really late to Sodom. I owe Devon a gratitude of debt, and you will bitch and moan and never let me hear the end of it. But he was the one who said you have to really get into Sodom. You're missing something, and I hate to say it, he was right. New fucking Sodom's sick. Alright, next up we're going to go with an album I didn't think was possible. But hey, things in this world are very strange. An original Alice Cooper band project. Now, this has got Alice Cooper, Michael Bruce, Dennis Dunaway, and Neil Smith, which is the original band, plus Glenn Buxton doing some. I think he had recorded riffs, maybe, back after they broke up, before he went solo. The Revenge of Alice Cooper. It's fun. It's psychedelic, it's shock rock, it's just what... It's not what he would become in the later years, and this fucking booklet, it's just, it's so cool. Where he added more heavy metal influence, this is more like psychedelic rock and like proto metal, but this is a fucking banger one. Wild Ones is a killer. I have a newfound appreciation for, where is it? Steve? Money Screams. I spun this in the car the other day. I think it's about third or fourth time I've spun it while at work, and I rarely go back a track to listen to it again, but I love that song. That's fucking great. So, The Revenge of Alice Cooper. This is fun. If you love Alice Cooper, if you love heavy metal, it goes hand in hand, but this is just a kind of better than some of the last few solo albums. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. Alright, next up, we got Entrails. What do we got? We got Grip of Ancient Evil. New 2025. Hammerheart. Hammerheart, yes, a lot of these are unopened. That is a whole nother story. I'm working on a new CD cabinet, which a bunch of shit will finally be able to be opened and played, but kind of keeping all this stuff in packages as a reward. This is going to be fun opening like Christmas. Alright, so this. Entrails is a really, really good modern Swedish death metal band paying tribute to the past. However, I do have some weird takeaways with the vocals. So they've currently got a South American from somewhere in South America, Colombia, I think. Possibly wrong. Vocalist now, and he's a black metal school of thought trained. So I don't know. Just there's something with the vocals that I don't know if they don't sit right, but Entrails has had like 4 or 5 different vocalists. Switching in is like, they haven't really had the greatest steady lineup, but it's got Hell Butcher. That's keep that one in mind. Did not realise that. No, I've been a big fan since went about 2 albums back. Yeah. I love World Obliteration, Tales from the Morgue, Epitome of Torment. No, that's probably one. I don't know. I do really like these Hammerheart ones. They are very nice. But I always get worried with slip covers that I'm going to like do something to the thing. But they're nice. Alright, next up we have 2. Okay, so I don't really know if this is all the same material. Wait, maybe it is. So this is... I'm really confused on these releases. They're the 2 new Pungent Stench Hammerheart releases. This one is Extreme Deformity. Classic death metal EP finally available again, featuring a previous unreleased 88 live recording. Now, there is a thing they released called the early recordings. That, I thought, had some of this, but I'm not sure. Okay, so this is... I don't know, what the fuck all I know is I bought 2 Pungent Stench things. This is Mucus... Oh god, why are they... Secretion? I can't even read that. I don't know. But this one. So, this is material from, I think, early 80s, late 87 to the end of 88 sometime. So it's in that really early. I think this was before the being caught. No, For God Your Soul, For Me Your Flesh. Somewhere in that period of time. It has Jacek, Martin, and Alex, and I'm assuming this is the same thing. But I really don't know when this fucking stuff was done. Yeah, so I really should do a little more research into this. But I'm a big Pungent Stench guy. If you ever get to see the version that Martin's currently touring, he has Yasik back in the band. I can never say the guy's last name, but it's that plays Pungent Stench. They focus on the Bean Court Buttering. They focus on For God Yourself, For Me Your Flesh, the debut second, and the one with the big titty dominatrix woman that's kind of weird but erotic, I guess, depending on where you look at it. They focus on that. Now, I wish they would focus on some of the other stuff, like the Amputee album is really fucking good. The Smut Kingdom one is great. Masters of Oral or Moral, that's another fucking banger. Yes, they changed, but you could see that they were changing from album to album. The only one I will not buy is Club Mondo Bazaar or whatever the fuck that piece of shit is. I didn't like it then, I still don't like it now, and I'll never fucking buy that because it is a piece of shit album. But I love Pungent Stench, I love this early stuff. One of the best Austrian, one of the best European death metal bands of the late 80s, early 90s. And fucking fantastic. Okay, so this was something I had missed in the collection that I was found. I had missed, but I was glad I could find a copy at Rocking Horse Records in Brisbane when I was away. That being the debut Grave. Now, this is an Osmos Productions one. This isn't the one that has the... I have the... You'll Never See has the demos. No, some of the demos and one of the EPs that kind of came around that era. I'd hoped this was going to have the same thing, but it doesn't. But it's the first fucking Grave, so it's absolutely fucking amazing. Extremely Rotten Flesh, Haunted Day of Mourning. I love Grave. Grave's always easily Dismember, Grave, Entombed, Unleashed. I fucking love Grave. I love Grave from the start to the very end, and I get to see them live at MDF, and it's going to be fucking crushing. And they're playing the old shit, and they might play Reborn, Miscarriage, which is my favourite fucking Grave song. Holy shit, I love that song. And I'm fucking stoked about this one. Alright, so, next one, I didn't expect, but it's a nice surprise. The Descendants, the Everything Sucks. I'm thinking of Cool to You or Cool to Be You. So this is 1996. This was kind of when they came back again. What pisses me off is a fucking sticker. And I don't want to take it off because I don't know if it's going to fuck this jewel case up, but I haven't got more jewel cases, and it's been pissing me off since I got it. But it's brand new, so I can't complain. But I'm going to fucking complain. So, I love the Descendants. They're such a fun band. Any of their material, even their latest stuff, is fucking fantastic. Descendants. I've never seen them live. One day I hope to see them live. Alright, let's go with something topical. Go with Hell Butcher, the debut. So, everybody knows Hell Butcher's from Niflheim. Niflheim was supposed to play my first MDF in 2022. Something happened, and we found out later that the brothers had broken up. There is an album that we will probably never hear. I think it's just out of spite that they won't release it to fuck with each other. Now, for some strange reason, I was very much couldn't give a shit that they had released. There was new Hell Butcher out there. But with him at MDF, I thought I really need to give this a fair chance. And you know what? It is fun. It is old school black thrash. It's just a banger. It's short. If this was a Niflheim album, people would still be really raving about it. But because of the whole situation, I don't know, it just kind of seemed to have fallen under. But what is very strange is he doesn't do Niflheim material now. He does, I think, last I checked, Revelations by Iron Maiden, a Bathory cover, Probably from something like Under the Sun of the Black Moon, or maybe the debut, or the Return, somewhere in that 3-album run, and Black Metal by Venom. But you can't bring out fucking Niflheim cover. Okay, that's just a pet peeve. So no, you can see Hellbutcher, the closest I'll ever get to seeing Niflheim, even though it's not Niflheim. But this is going to be this is a fun album. This is a good drinking album, as I found out later. And I'm really annoyed with myself that I let it go like a year and then finally... Sorry. I was like, shit, probably should check it out. Alright, speaking of, finally added Niflheim. This is their third or their fourth. I want to say that's the fourth. So this is Servants of Darkness, as again, unopened. You know me. I bought that, so I kind of was like, fuck, I should probably try to track some down. This is Dissonant Productions, one of my more favorited modern companies. They did that Astrophy box collection. They did the Whiplash one. They did a fucking one. They did the Deicide ones that are really fucking good. The Bible Basher stuff. There's another one I have that I'm forgetting on. I don't know. But it's Niflheim. It's fucking sick. It's... Okay, this one, weirdly, I was shocked it took me so long. Municipal Waste. We have the Art of Partying. One of those bullshit FDR fucking digipack things that I bitched and moaned about with the Napalm Death releases. And the Carcass ones. And the fucking At the Gates ones. Rest in peace, Tompa. That one fucking hurt. Never got to see them. Fuck. I wore my, with Fearicus the Burning Darkness, which I think may be their magnum opus, but at war with reality. I keep coming back to that, and I've been praising that one to friends for the last 24 hours. Okay, so let's go back to what we're talking about. This. Headbanger Face Rip. The Art of Partying. Chemically Altered Beer Pressure. The Born to Party. Municipal Waste is going to fuck you up. Lunch Hall Food Brawl. I fucking love this band. Another band I haven't seen live. But weirdly, and I still don't really know why it happened, but I did get to meet Ryan. They're one of the main guys from the band the whole time. Actually, yeah, this is pretty much like the classic lineup. You just got to add Nick, new guy. So let's go back to this. Municipal Waste is fucking great. Yeah, back to Ryan. So I was at MDF, and I think I spotted him during the day, and then I was randomly walking up to go watch the Punch and Stench thing, and I looked at this guy, and I was like, holy shit, you're Ryan from Municipal Waste, and he goes, fuck yeah, man. And we got talking, and yeah, he was a really nice guy. He was I think he was just hanging out at the festival, or maybe he lives in that area. I don't really know how far Virginia is to Baltimore. I don't really know my geography within America, because I'm not, thank God. So yeah, Municipal Waste, fucking sick. Alright, so this one, I was a little shocked I was missing, but had to add Lizard Beasts by the Mighty Immortal. This is... Pure Holocaust is my favourite black metal album. I've said that, and I've thought that for years. No, that's not changing. That ain't fucking changing. But Immortal's not my favourite black metal band by any means. But there's something about Pure Holocaust, something about this up until At the Heart of Winter that you can't deny. The first Bath solo album's alright. He's alright. He's entertaining live, but he just doesn't play the stuff I want to see. I've heard good things about the return to Nebula's Raven, whatever the fuck his tour is now, where he goes back and he plays the Immortal stuff, but it's still not like pure Holocaust, full moon mysticism, or diabolical full moon mysticism. It's not this, it's not What's the one where they're in the fucking snow? I'm blanking. I don't know, but it's immortal. This is the era with this I have all the stuff I would prefer to like, and Bubble Eye maybe. Or they would actually, you know what? I would if they would release it. The Varken. I think the reunion, the first lot of reunion shows, 2007. That is fucking insane with the pyro and like just the three, just a bath, a Hog and fucking Apollyon on stage. It is commanding. It is just fucking flawless for like a live performance. And less fucking antics and fucking humour. I don't know. Abath is playing in Australia, and I probably should think about it, but I'm fucking done with. I'm done with travelling for the time being. Let's finish this tangent. Let's finish with the last one. So I'm only missing one more, and then I would have the full Amaranth discography. Amaranth is a Swedish kind of like a pop metal band. People make fun of them. People talk shit about them. I think they're a lot of fun. I think they're catchy, bombastic. I think they're a really good middle ground for people who aren't into the more like death metal, grind, fucking black metal stuff. Want something a little bit more heavier. Want to find like a middle ground band or shit. Oh, and the fact that the band has Elise Reed that's enough. It's still as stunning as ever. Oh, sorry, on stage. Not from a window, which would have been better. Fuck, that's not gonna be good to say. I love this band. They're just fun. Like they're super cheesy, but the Catalyst, which is what they were touring on, is a lot of fun. The debut is my favourite. Nexus is great. This Amaranth is a really strong modern metal band, and I think we've got a big future ahead of them. Like Serotonin, as some of you don't like. Then fuck you. Alright, so that's it. Some CDs, some merch, some fucking stories. So, what have we got coming up? Got Metallica in about 7.5 weeks, give or take. Some friends in Brisbane. It's going to be fucking wild. My second time seeing them. Starting about 13 years ago. 12. Stoked on that show. And got MDF. I will take a very long break from shows because I'm kind of sick of them, to be quite honest. I don't know how you Americans and Europeans do it with having shows every other fucking night. I don't sleep very well as it is, so having shows really fucks up my sleeping schedule that doesn't exist. I'm looking to get back into buying CDs, like to focus on that. There's a lot of stuff I need to pick up, like Werewolves, an Australian band. I really need to pick up a lot of the back catalogue for fucking Pathology. They're at MDF. I would really like to fucking start picking up some Destruction, adding some more like thrash. I've been on a thrash kick lately. Rose Tattoo would be really good to add, but I don't know. No one's just fucking annoying me at this point. But no. I apologise for the voice. I've been wanting to do this for a little while, but I just got the shits and thought, fuck it, let's do it now. So yeah. I promise it won't be another 2 fucking months, but who knows? Oh, and Devon, when you do want to make videos again, it'd be really nice to have your bitch ass back on the internet.